The evening at the Abbott estate was supposed to be quiet, but in Genoa City, peace never lasts for long. On June 25, emotions exploded across town as lives hung in the balance, shocking alliances formed, and impossible choices forced everyone to reveal what truly mattered. By the end of the day, Nikki Newman was fighting for her future in an emergency operating room. Jack Abbott found himself trapped in one of the strangest encounters of his life, and Diane Jenkins desperately needed saving before everything fell apart. The chaos began with Nikki, whose condition had been growing more serious than anyone realized. What started as a troubling medical issue quickly escalated into a full-scale emergency. Family members rushed to the hospital as doctors delivered devastating news. Immediate surgery was the only option. Every passing minute increased the danger, leaving Victor Newman visibly shaken despite his usual confidence. Victor has always believed he could solve any problem through determination and power, but this crisis reminded him that even he couldn't control everything. Standing outside Nikki's hospital room, he struggled to hide the fear in his eyes. His children tried to remain optimistic, but uncertainty filled every hallway of the hospital. As Nikki was prepared for surgery, memories of her remarkable journey flooded everyone's minds. She had survived heartbreak, addiction, family betrayals, and countless battles over the years. Yet this challenge felt different because no amount of money or influence could guarantee a successful outcome. The surgeons promised to do everything possible, but the waiting game became almost unbearable. Meanwhile, events at the Abbott mansion were becoming equally unbelievable. Jack Abbott had agreed to meet Patty Williams, hoping to calm her increasingly unpredictable behavior. Patty insisted she only wanted to talk, claiming she had important information that could help protect the Abbott family. Jack remained cautious, but believed he could reason with her before the situation spiraled out of control. At first, Patty seemed surprisingly calm. She spoke softly, recalling memories from years ago when she genuinely believed she and Jack shared a special connection. Jack listened patiently, hoping that compassion would keep her emotions under control. Unfortunately, Patty's fantasy world soon began blending with reality. Looking into Jack's eyes, Patty convinced herself that old feelings were returning. She stepped closer, smiling with hopeful excitement. Jack gently tried to create distance, reminding her that the past couldn't be rewritten. But Patty refused to hear the truth. In one shocking moment, she leaned forward and kissed Jack. Completely caught off guard, Jack froze for only a second before carefully pulling away. He didn't want to provoke Patty into another dangerous emotional breakdown, but he also knew he couldn't encourage her delusions. Calmly but firmly, he explained that his heart belonged to Diane and always would. Those words instantly changed Patty's mood. The warmth disappeared from her face, replaced by anger and desperation. She accused Diane of stealing the life she believed should have been hers. Every painful memory resurfaced as Patty's obsession grew stronger. Jack suddenly realized something horrifying. If Patty hated Diane this intensely, then Diane could already be in serious danger. Without wasting another second, Jack rushed out of the room despite Patty calling after him. His instincts told him that every minute counted. As he drove toward Diane's location, countless terrifying possibilities raced through his mind. He blamed himself for underestimating Patty's emotional state and feared that his delay might have terrible consequences. Elsewhere, Diane sensed that something wasn't right. Small clues began adding up, making her increasingly uneasy. Strange noises, unexpected movements, and an overwhelming feeling that someone was watching her caused her anxiety to grow with every passing moment. Before she could fully understand the threat, the situation became dangerously real. Jack arrived just in time to intervene as tensions reached their highest point. Diane was frightened, but relieved to see him. His appearance completely disrupted Patty's plans, forcing an emotional confrontation that neither of them had expected. Jack stood protectively beside Diane, refusing to let Patty manipulate or intimidate them any longer. He pleaded with Patty to accept reality and seek help instead of allowing obsession to control her future. For a brief moment, Patty seemed torn between anger and heartbreak. Tears filled her eyes as she realized the fantasy she had clung to for so long simply wasn't real. The emotional collapse that followed revealed how deeply broken she truly was. Rather than celebrating, Jack felt genuine sadness for someone whose life had become consumed by illusions. Diane, although deeply shaken, admired Jack's courage. Despite the confusion and danger, he had chosen to protect her without hesitation. Their relationship had survived countless obstacles, and this terrifying experience only reinforced the trust growing between them. Back at the hospital, Nikki's surgery continued as every member of the Newman family anxiously awaited updates. Victor paced endlessly through the corridors, refusing to sit still. Even family members who rarely agreed found themselves united by concern for Nikki's survival. Finally, the operating room doors opened. The surgeon emerged with exhausted eyes after hours of delicate work. Everyone immediately stood, searching for any sign of hope. The doctor's expression softened. The surgery had been completed successfully, but Nikki's recovery would require time and careful monitoring. She remained in critical condition, yet the immediate danger had passed. Relief spread through the family as tears replaced fear. Victor quietly thanked the medical team before allowing himself a rare emotional moment. The day served as a powerful reminder that life can change in an instant. Love was tested, loyalty was proven, and survival depended on courage rather than certainty. Jack's determination to rescue Diane demonstrated the strength of their bond, while Nikki's successful surgery offered the Newman family a precious second chance. Yet Patty's heartbreaking breakdown also highlighted the lasting consequences of unresolved trauma and obsession. As darkness settled over Genoa City, no one could pretend life had returned to normal. Nikki faced a difficult recovery. Diane struggled to process the terrifying ordeal. Jack questioned whether Patty could ever truly find peace, and Victor prepared to protect his family more fiercely than ever. With emotions running higher than ever and relationships forever changed, the events of June 25 ensured that the next chapter in Genoa City would be just as dramatic, emotional, and unpredictable as the unforgettable day that had just unfolded.